the esteemed Stoic philosopher Epictetus once remarked, "The key is to be in the company of those who lift you up, individuals whose presence draws out your best self." You've probably heard the saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Today, we'll dive into this idea from a Stoic perspective. We'll explore 7 types of people who may hinder your progress in Stoicism and discuss how to handle these challenging relationships. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video, as it helps me continue sharing Stoic wisdom. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming content. The first kind of person to be wary of is the complainer. We all know that friend, family member, or colleague who always seems to have something to gripe about, whether it's the weather, their job, or even a meal at a top-rated restaurant. You might think, why should I care? I can just ignore it. But that's often easier said than done. Constant exposure to negativity can erode your mental resilience. It's like a slow drip from a faucet, gradually draining your emotional energy. Stoicism encourages us to focus on solutions rather than getting bogged down by problems. Imagine working on a project with someone who constantly complains. Every meeting turns into a venting session, draining morale and diverting attention from practical solutions. Over time, you may notice your enthusiasm for the project, and perhaps even life, diminishing. So, how can Stoicism help you deal with this? There are several strategies. First, limit your exposure to such individuals if possible. If avoiding them isn't feasible due to work or family obligations, the next step is to mentally distance yourself while they vent. Think of their complaints like a passing storm, noisy and unsettling, but ultimately temporary, and powerless against your inner calm. Another tactic is to gently guide the conversation towards solutions or steer it in a more productive direction. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This timeless Stoic lesson reminds us to protect our mental peace, ensuring that the negativity of chronic complainers doesn't derail our journey toward resilience and virtue. Next is the drama magnet. Picture your life as a ship sailing through calm seas, only to be sucked into the chaos of the drama magnet. This person is always involved in some crisis, conflict, or controversy, and much like a whirlpool, they can easily draw you into their turbulence. At first, you might be attracted to their energy, mistaking it for passion or excitement. But soon enough, being around them feels like navigating through a relentless storm, exhausting and dangerous. What makes the drama magnet especially tricky is that their crises often feel personal to you. Their chaos spreads. Before long, you may find yourself entangled in conflicts that you had no role in creating. Take, for example, a friend who frequently clashes with others. They might come to you for advice, and before you know it, you're caught in the middle of their disputes, involved in conflicts you never intended to participate in. One way to avoid this is through reflective listening. Instead of offering advice or taking sides, simply reflect their words back to them. For example, if they say they feel betrayed by Sarah, you could reply, "So you feel betrayed by what Sarah said." This allows you to be supportive without getting sucked into the drama. Another strategy is to make yourself selectively unavailable. Stoicism teaches us to value our time, and sometimes that means being unavailable for someone else's never-ending crises, especially if they remain unresolved. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. This insight helps you stay focused on the present instead of constantly bracing for the next drama. Keep your ship sailing steadily, avoiding whirlpools that could disrupt your journey toward personal growth and tranquility. Next, we encounter the naysayer. Imagine you're an artist painting a vibrant canvas. With each brushstroke, you bring your vision to life. Then, in walks the naysayer, glancing at your work and immediately launching into criticism. "Are you sure about that color? It doesn't look realistic." Most artists don't succeed, you know. Their comments, like dull strokes of gray, begin to overshadow your colorful creation. This isn't the kind of constructive feedback that helps you improve. Instead, it's a constant wave of doubt and negativity. Suppose you're excited about a new career path. You've done your research, taken the initial steps, and are feeling optimistic. But when you share this with the naysayer, they only point out the obstacles. The market's too tough. Do you even have the right skills? What if you fail? Over time, their doubts may creep into your mind, causing you to second-guess yourself. So, how do you manage the naysayer, or especially when they're close to you? One effective method is to ask for their advice. People are less likely to dismiss your ideas outright when they feel consulted. Another tactic is to turn the conversation around by asking for solutions. If they say, "You'll never switch careers," counter with, "That's an interesting take. How do you think someone could successfully make that change?" Remember Epictetus's words, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." But listening doesn't mean absorbing all the negativity. It means filtering out the noise to find valuable input. When the naysayers try to cloud your canvas, take a step back, reflect, and keep painting your life with the colors that resonate with you. Don't let anyone diminish your masterpiece. Now we move to the victim, the person who constantly blames external circumstances for their misfortunes. In the game of life, they believe they're stuck, not because of their decisions, but due to forces beyond their control.